This is another MITM road mapping session. And thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing the time. Thank you for, being here and vibing. And what we're going to be doing today, actually, before we even jump into that, you guys should know by now what MITM means, but this is an MITM Club road mapping session. MITM means millionaires in the making. Crazy thing that most people don't realize, $1 million is going to pass through your hands throughout your life. $1 million is going to go through your hands throughout your lifetime. The biggest question is, how much of it will you keep? How much will you spend? How much will you give away? How much are you going to make work for you so you don't have to work hard anymore? We want, realistically here at the MITM Club, the biggest thing is saying we want our money to work harder than we do. I'm probably one of the laziest people that you know. I can say I'm the laziest person that you know, because I don't like to work hard if I don't have to, and I'd rather work smart. And one of the smartest things you could do is make your money work harder than you do, so that you could actually live the life that you want on your terms, with who you want, however you want, etc., right? You guys have heard all of this sauce from me by now. Now, today's session is a very, very important session because we're going to be touching on the 6 pillars again. Now, this is kind of a preface, and I'm going to be giving you guys some wisdom, some knowledge, or should I say some knowledge, some different attitudes to have, some skills and some habits. That's what we call cash, K-A-S-H, so you can level up in all these different aspects of life. So as we go through this session, we're going to be talking a lot about the 6 pillars. This is yourself, your fitness, your finance, your family, your education, and your fun. Now, if you're able to balance all of these things in your life, and sometimes it feels like a juggling act, like it's almost impossible, but when you're able to balance these things in your life, you're bound to be successful, trust. So here's a question that I want to ask you guys, all right? How many of you have ever sat down and asked yourself, what do I really want out of life? Put a 1 in the chat, or either here on IG, put a 1 in the chat if you ask yourself, what do I really want out of life? Everyone on Zoom, put a 1 in the chat. Just let me know if you thought to yourself, what do I really want out of life? And as we go beyond this, not just what do you want out of life, but the next question has to be, or the next part of it is, how often do you let yourself dream big so that it feels almost impossible? Like one of my dear friends, Shanda, one of my favorite humans on the planet, so grateful for her. Years ago, she said, dream so big that you don't feel like waking up. Your dream should be so big, so audacious, so out there that it's like, I'm enjoying this dream life and I don't feel like I have to wake up for my dream life. What does that mean? Your day-to-day life should be a dream. It shouldn't be something that you're trying to escape from. It shouldn't be something that you're like, I need to take a vacation because I'm so stressed. You shouldn't be saying, I need to get out of here. I need to go do some retail therapy. I need to do anything to get out of my current life. Your life should be a dream, right? They say, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, life is but a dream. So when you actually sit down and ask yourself, what do I really want out of life? And then you allow yourself to dream bigger and bigger and bigger to the point where it feels impossible. You start to kind of walk throughout that dream and walk in that dream and experience it firsthand. So here's a quick did you know? Did you know that Harvard Business Study found that people with written goals are 10 times more likely to succeed than those without them? Harvard's like, yo, you write down your goals, you write down what you want to have happen, you write down what you want to have as a reality, and you're 10 times more likely than someone that didn't. Okay, what do we have here? I prefer to follow the SMART formula for dreams. It's how I've managed to attain some of my bigger goals as a realist, but I don't like to dream too big. You know what? We actually talk a lot about SMART goals. We talk a lot about SMART goals when we're doing our roadmap. And your roadmap is to review, organize, to adjust and define your massive action plan. And a part of, the adjust/align and define segment of the roadmap is actually SMART goals. So we do talk about SMART goal setting and we get deep into that. We talked about it on a couple of past sessions, but in this case, well, you're going to get some sauce and you're going to see why I say to dream so big that it's kind of scary. It's a little daunting, but thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate you. I got to send out lots of love there. So yeah, at Harvard, they say you're 10 times more likely to actually reach your goals when you write it down. But there's more. Here's the catch. Here's the catch that most people do not realize and don't think about. Only 3% of people actually write down what they want. 3% of people are 10 times more likely to make their dreams a reality because they're the only people actually writing the things down. That's insane. by the end of today, I want to make sure you're part of that 3%. Anyone that's following the Millionaires in the Making, anyone that's tied to the MITM club, the goal is to make you more wealthy. The goal is to make you more rich. And so a part of making that dream, that goal a reality, whatever the number is, that is your number, your dream life number, you got to write that shit down, because that's how you become part of that 3%. So here's something that I started doing, which was like really, really cool. I started to think of my life as a story, as a storybook, and as me as the author. I don't know if you guys thought, like, if you see on my Instagram, often I say like chapter 27, blah, 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 chapter 28, da, 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 chapter 29, or that's more so on my, well, before I did a whole rebrand, but every year, I think from when I was 18 till now, I was writing on all my bios, a cloud of atoms with personality, chapter, insert age, and then what's going to happen during that year. And for the most part, I've experienced those things. It's kind of crazy. One of my favorite quotes, and I don't know if I wrote it down already. One of the things that I wrote down, which was really cool, is your dreams are possible when you write them down. But anyways, let's keep it going, all right? So imagine yourself as the author of a novel. You're the author. The novel is happening. Every decision you make, every goal you set is shaping the next chapter of your story. Now, with that in mind, by the end of today, you have the tools to start crafting your own epic life story. That's the goal. I want to make sure that you're the main character. You're the main character of your story. Hey, I'm just the guide. I'm just here to help you be the best badass version of you that is in existence. So you're the main character, but you're also the author of the story. And I want to help give you the tools and the tangible tips to make sure that you're actually living that author energy, that main hero energy. And the way to do this is to create our vision. Specifically, it's something that I call vision casting. Like, you know, when you're going fishing, you have to have your rod and your lure on the rod, and you got to cast it out far, away from the boat, away from the sound and the wakes that you guys were just making, to kind of catch that fish weight. So yeah, so that's all my fisher people out there. But today we're going to be doing vision casting. Now, there are a couple steps to when we are vision casting. There's a couple steps that you want to do to actually see what you're going to make a reality. The first step is to imagine your ideal future. We want to actually sit down and say, what is my ideal future? What is it that if I could live this thing, if I could live this dream, I would be so grateful. It's like I'm so excited to do this thing that, like, this is the best thing that could have ever happened, you know? What's the optimal future for you? So that's the first thing when we look at vision casting. The next thing that we want to look at is aligning your actions to make that vision a reality. When we talked about roadmap, this is the aligning phase in your roadmap. Everything that you do, everything that you listen to, you read, every action you take, is it aligning with that vision? And what can that mean for you? For example, sometimes for me, hey, look, I'm a recovering chocoholic and I always make jokes about it. I love some good chocolate. When I'm working to get my six pack, is eating 10 Mars bars like align with the vision of the six pack that I want to have? Probably not. So maybe I don't go and have all the Mars bars and be a wild animal for a little bit. What you want to have a certain social life in the future or near future? Are the things that you're doing right now, building with the people that you care about, building with the new people that you're meeting to actually make that a reality? What does that actually look like for you? Are your actions aligned with what you're saying you really want? And if not, hey, feel free to change it. Let's go to the next one. Creating a crystal clear picture of what you want. We have to get clear. This goes back to the SMART goals, right? We want to be specific. Be crystal clear about it. And something that I found along this journey, which happens, sometimes you're so clear on your goals, you're so clear on your vision, your mission, everything, and then something comes to derail you and you may feel lost again. And that's totally normal. That's okay. This happens to the best of us. So getting clear on your vision and reminding yourself often of what that vision was so that you can stick with it. And so it's a little bit easier for you to attain. Let's move on to our next segment. So our next aspect of vision casting continues to say, make it so vivid that you can feel it. Make it so ridiculously vivid that it resonates in your core, your being. becomes a part of who you are. And I'm going to dive in a little bit deeper on exactly what does that mean, exactly what does that look like when we're doing our vision casting. Yeah. And shout out to everyone that's still on the IG live. Thank you so much for being here. I do want to say, like, you guys definitely like, look, you guys want to be over here. Okay. You guys want to be seeing here because we have a bunch of slides for you over here and a much more interactive experience. This is the first time we're testing out the IG live. So this is what we got, but I'm glad you guys are here. And for everyone that is on the Zoom, you guys are going to be getting some special links and some special access to some of the topics. So make sure you guys tap into the Zoom live. Okay, here are some of the benefits of vision casting as we start to cast out to our future and look ahead, right? We're intentional. So the first thing is clarity. When you know what you want, your decisions become easier. When you know what you want, your decisions become easier and your non-negotiables become easier. I'm someone that really loves and prioritizes and values fitness and health. So some of my non-negotiables might be, yeah, I do take the stairs whenever possible. I take the stairs at least 2 days a week. I make sure I take the stairs. Now that's a non-negotiable. If I start a work, I need to make sure that I at least do part of a workout every single day. Non-negotiable. I don't eat past 6. Non-negotiable. When you're clear on your vision, what you want to make out of your life, every other decision becomes easier. To decide is to cut off every other potential. You're like a doctor with a scalpel, cutting away all the dead grossness you don't want around. So that's the first thing that happens, the first benefit that you get. The next benefit is focus. When you are vision casting, it helps you filter out the distractions and actually stay on track. I would say to all my friends that are entrepreneurs, I think we all got entrepreneurial ADHD. Maybe not all of us, but many of us. And if you don't vision cast, sometimes someone comes along with a great idea, a great offer, and they're like, hey, here's the thing. Or as Bedros would say, the idea fairy comes to us and is like, hey, maybe the idea fairy comes to you and is like, hey, here's a great idea. You should definitely do the thing. But it's not a good idea for you at all, right? So when you have focus, when you vision cast, it's easier to filter out the distractions, say, no, this is what I'm working on. This is where I'm at. This is where I'm going. All the other stuff, goodbye, go away, leave me alone. Okay, the next aspect is motivation. A powerful vision keeps you energized and inspired. And the way that I like to say this is your why is your wind. If you have a strong why, you can overcome any how. If you have a strong why, when you're dead in the water and you don't feel like doing the thing anymore, and you don't feel like moving forward, you have a strong why that becomes the wind in your sails to keep pushing you forward, keep propelling you towards your goals. Your why is your wind. And when you vision cast, which I'm going to share with you guys today, I'm going to show you exactly how I've been doing it for the last 15 years. It gives you that motivation. It might be the reason why you want to wake up at 4 a.m. every day, because you have this big, huge vision. It might be the reason why you say, I pay myself first 10% at least because I want my money to work harder than I do. And it makes it easier to do that thing. It'll keep you inspired to say, yeah, I did want to get Starbucks today, but instead I'm going to buy a fraction of Starbucks shares because I have a vision of what I want to go towards, where I'm aiming to get towards. And the last thing that vision casting does for us is it actually helps us build confidence. It helps you build your beliefs in yourself and your ability to create the life that you want. Vision casting is such an amazing tool. It's such a great thing to do. And I tell people you should do it often. You should do it as often as you can so that you could actually build that muscle and that skill set of the vision. I know they say with vision comes provision. If you can hold it in your head, you can hold it in your hand. There's all these little sayings that people have. And it's like, yo, there's a reason why there's so many sayings like this. Gotta interrupt myself real quick and just say, make sure you guys click the link down below in the bio. Just click the link down below. I promise you, it's worth it. The Money Mastery Dash. You're not going to want to miss this. Master your cash in 5 days or less. And we talk about things like vision casting. You'll have all the tools, resources that you saw in this video and more. Just click the link down below. All right, back to the video. Now, let's look at a tangible example. Think about someone like Elon Musk. Before Tesla or SpaceX existed, he had a vision about transportation, about space operation, about making humans an interplanetary species. And every action that he took from first launching, I don't know if you guys know this, but Elon was a part of launching PayPal, which revolutionized the banking industry. And the money he took from that, he went over to start Tesla and then SpaceX. And then he was pretty much broke because he put all his money into those businesses. But the actions he took was aligned to saying, we need to get to Mars. We need to have better technology. We need to become interplanetary. He was very specific on the goals and the vision. He was very clear. I think he might achieve it. Will we go to Mars in our lifetime? Maybe not. I don't know. But at least it's something that we're one step closer to. So when you're actually vision cast, we have some of these benefits. Now, one of the core things when we're vision casting is aligning your desires with the vision that you intend to have, with the vision that you want to have. And I'm going to shift gears just a little bit. So what we're going to do, I'm going to share with you guys something that I call my Obsidian account. Okay, this is my second brain. So this is my Obsidian. I should have clicked the animation first, but this is all the different notes, all the different ideas connecting with each other like little synapses in the brain. And what I specifically want to share with you is the vision casting, the ultimate vision casting document. So when we're vision casting, this is what we're going to go through. But to start, you want to think of your long-term aspirational visions with the base of desire. Now, I've been utilizing AI as an enhancer, which is pretty wonderful. And this is a prompt that you can use when doing your vision casting exercise. And to everyone that is here on Zoom today, you guys will be receiving the vision casting formula breakdown and an actual document that you can write in with every single prompt step by step that you need to actually successfully vision cast with as little input or energy from you. That's one of the great things that we'll have. So here's an example of what desire prompt will do. So I said I wanted a Tesla Model S P90 in black 2014 with lifetime supercharging, preferred low miles, and all past, present, and future potential issues have already been amended to come into my life. And for the money required to purchase this vehicle and every other one that I desire to also come into my life at the same time, quickly, freely, and effortlessly within the next 3 to 9 months, that it will be so. Everything that is required to both attain and retain this wish will come true. This is the desire prompt. This is a way of saying I want the thing, and I'm wording everything. I'm aware of the words that I'm speaking, right? Because everything that we say has power to it. The way that I'm saying it is important. So the way we break this down starts off with I want. What do you want? Write down exactly what you want. Be so specific down to the molecular level of what you want. The thing you want already exists in the world. You just have to become the magnet so it can't stay away from you. That's why now I make jokes about, a millionaire in the making. Money loves me. Money's always coming to me in different ways, forms, shapes, whatever. Hey Ivana, what's up? Thanks for joining. This is the first live stream that we're bringing on Instagram, but we actually do this on Zoom all the time. We're talking about the desire prompt right now. So you want to write down exactly what you want. Be so specific on how you're going to get it down to the molecular level because it already exists. It's just not here yet. In fact, it is here. You're just maybe on a different frequency from where it is, right? Then you say, I want this to come into my life. And for the money, resources, people, circumstances, and coincidences required to, and you write down the thing that bridges the gap between you and your desired outcome. So whatever the bridge is, whatever the gap is, you're going to write that down and say, this is the car, this is the gap that I have, and this is how it's going to be filled. Next, put to quickly, freely, effortlessly within the next, and then write your timeline. And you want to write a timeline that actually makes sense for you. Look, if you're working like minimum wage right now and you're like, I want a Tesla by next week, you don't even believe that yourself. So you want to write something that is believable for you. And the more you practice this thing, the easier it'll be to see what's believable and realistic for you. This is where we go to our roadmap and our smart planning and everything else. And this is why we've been building this up for a couple weeks now. So what is the thing that it makes sense for you? And then you write that down in your lifeline. We don't say deadline over here. We say lifeline because we're here creating things and bringing more wonderful things into our lives. Then you write that it will be so. Everything that is required to both attain and retain this wish will come true. All the circumstances that need to happen to make your goal a reality, it already happened. Congratulations. Now you just have to keep that same energy. Keep that same energy and know that it will be. So that's the desire prompt. We start off building our desire with that. And we're going to do that step by step in a couple of different things, a couple of different aspects of life. So let's go back to the bigger vision planning. We explored the desire prompt a little bit, but let's go back to the bigger vision planning. What do you want? And I'll keep on asking you this question. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? And there's 3 key areas to consider about what you want. And I'll tell you, I learned this from Tony Robbins. I trained with him in person. I learned this from Elliot Hulls. I learned this from Stefan, who does Project Life Mastery. I've learned this from all these different people for the last 15 years, but I've condensed it into something new. Because all of them talk about these things in different ways, but I want to make sure that you guys are getting this game in a way that makes sense for you to actually help you on your journey. So what do you want? And the way we're going to write down what we want is I am, I do, and I have. We write it as if it's already happened. We write it as if you are already the person. And we always start with I am. You know, you are. What are you exactly? Thank you so much for joining. Thanks. It's so good to see you. Thank you. This is actually the live stream, and I keep telling you, everyone that joins on Instagram, we've been doing these live streams every Monday on Zoom. So we have a whole Zoom setup over here, but I want to invite people on Instagram, and we'll do Facebook soon and make it more accessible to folks. So feel free to invite people in. We're talking about vision casting today. And what do you want? So we start with I am. I am that I am. And in order to be the thing I am, you must do certain things. We start with I am, so you're aware of who I am. For me, I'm a loving man. I'm a loving, generous, wealthy man. What would a wealthy, generous, loving man do? So we start with I am. Then you look at I do. And then you say I have. So I want y'all to really start thinking about, and we're doing it at this time because in the new year, we're going to go even deeper into building out our future. But I want to give you guys tangible tools now so that between now session and the January 13th session, you have things to think about. It's not just all thrust on you at once, and in the next call, you're confused and lost. You don't know what should be where. I'm giving you guys this now so you can get ahead of the game. I am, I do, I have. Now imagine and embrace the possibilities of 10xing whatever those goals were. Word them as if you've already achieved them. And here are the specific aspects of life that I want you to look at them in. The first one is personal. This is under the pillar of the self. Personally, what do you want? And let me see. Am I going to share you with? So this is for me. I said I am one of the world's greatest personal development and mindset coaches. I help people master their fitness, finance, and mindset to create and attract their dream lives. This is my personal one. Personally, what am I? Okay, how about for you? What do you have written down in your personal using the framework that I just taught you guys of I am, I do, I have? Physically, I'm physically fit. Specifically, how much weight, how much muscle, how much skill set. For the longest time, I was in my best physical shape because I didn't care about how I looked. I cared about what I could do because all I cared about was parkour. And I'm getting so strong because I just like parkour, but then I look so good. It was like an accident. I'm like, whoops. So write down the thing, get specific. What is your being physically? What are you doing physically? What do you have physically? In that order. Okay, let's go over to our finances. Same thing, same questions. I am smart with money. I am wise with money. I am good at investing. So many people are talking to themselves in a way where it's like, oh, I don't know how to invest. Oh, it's so complicated. Oh, I couldn't get into Bitcoin. I don't understand that. Oh, why are you talking down to yourself? You are good at investing, and you're getting better every day. You are wonderful. I love that. I am a loving mom, daughter, and friend. That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing. And you guys on Zoom, feel free to put down some I ams, and I'm actually gonna show you guys the whole thing again. So these are the topics that we're looking at: our personal, our physical, our financial, our relational, our experiential, our mental, and our professional. I know there's 7 here, right? I'm always talking about 6 pillars. I threw a 7th one in there. Technically mental is along with personal, but I decided to separate them because they're important for you guys. So you're going to go through I am, I do, I have for every single one of these different segments, these sections. Great. Now that you've done that, you kind of casted, see, we're back to our vision casting. I'm a leader who is creating generational wealth. I love that. And thank you so much for sharing. It's beautiful. So you've started to say I am, I do, I have. And you're starting to cast the vision. But now we want to be actually, I told you guys, you're the authors of your life. You're writing your story. This is kind of trying to figure out the character development. As you write any good book, as any author writes any good book, they have to figure out who the heck the character is first. And then after you figure out who the character is, you can start to write the story for that character and the problems that they may face and the things that they may or may not go through. And then afterwards, once you have all that down pat, it's much easier for you to now write the story. In this scenario, this person that is physically, financially with do, and they have XYZ experiences, they have done past tense, would take this action, would take that action, would avoid this, would do that, would react this way, would not react that way. What do you want? What do you want to be in all these aspects of your life? And then let's get even more specific, right? I do what is aligned with the results I want by embodying my core values. Exactly. We talked about credo, guys, and credo is your way of life. Credo is your personal rule set. Your credo is the thing. You know what they say, yo, Fight Club, we don't talk about Fight Club. Remember the first rule of Fight Club? That was the Fight Club credo. Even though everyone's talking about it, everyone's talking breaking the first and second rule. That's how they grew. It was smart marketing. But you should have your own personal credo. And that's what's going to be a part of the workshop in January 13th. So make sure you guys get your spots. It's not going to be a free workshop, guys. And for everyone that's on Instagram, it's not going to be a free workshop. There's going to be a part that's free, and then it's going to be cut just for the members, okay? Just for the MITM Club members, all right? So with that in mind, let's move forward a little bit. You'll see here we have 15 years from now, my life looks like. 10 years from now, my life looks like. 5 years from now, my life looks like. 3 years, 1 year, and 12 weeks. We already casted our vision. You put the bait on the lure, and you cast it so far out into the future, and now we're starting to reel it back to the present. And we're gonna catch some fish along the way. We're reeling it back to the present. And what I want you to do is actually write this like if it's a story. I don't mind sharing mine with you guys. I'll share mine with you guys. So I say, I'm 44 years young. The MITM Club teaches finance across Canada and the US. My Xperia company is so big that my executive directors each have 30 plus people under them. Right? I built my dream office. I've written and published 10 books. I've done blah, 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 blah. I retired my parents. I wrote it as if it already happened, like if it's a memoir of things I've accomplished. And that's what you're gonna do. And that's what you're gonna do during January. We're gonna go really in depth in this, but I'm trying to just give you guys a preview for now. So 15 years from now, my life looks like. What does it look like? What does it actually look like? Be so specific. What does your life look like? 10 years from now. Okay, this is where it gets interesting. In order to reach year 15, it's all good, Maria. I'll see you real soon. And thanks for joining. Even though, year 15 is going to happen. Great. But what had to happen along the way? This is where we start to go backwards and look at the key milestones that you need to hit to be on track to get to where you want to get to. So if we're year 15, XYZ happened, great. What happened in year 10, 5 years prior, that lined up the dominoes to make year 15 a reality? What happened in year 5? That was wonderful that happened. Lined up another domino to make year 10 a breeze. What happened in year 3? What happened in year 1 year from now? And then what happened 12 weeks from today? See, if you look at it like 12 weeks at a time, it's actually not much time at all. It's very short chapters to this book. A lot of us feel like life is forever. So we do things in a way that doesn't serve us. We do things in a way that doesn't make us successful, unfortunately. We think we have all the time in the world. But one of the things my dad always says is, tomorrow's promised to no one. Start living that main character energy today. Start writing the story that main character is gonna live today. Ooh, Irvin, you shared something beautiful. Let me read this to the people. I'm a great visionary. I turn my ideas into reality through discipline and consistency. I impact my community and the world with a supercharge of hope, resilience, and the impossible made possible. I trust in the foolproof steps that guide me forward, knowing that every effort brings me closer to my dreams. That is beautiful. And I'm really grateful for you sharing that. You're already that much closer just by taking this small step. And it's a step in the right direction, I can tell you that much. So, with that being said, after we actually look at our 12 weeks, we break it down. That's 3 months, guys. What do you want to do in the next 3 months? If you start to treat your life like you're the author, living it quarter by quarter, or like your life is a business, either one works, it makes it so much easier to actually hit your goals, hit success, make it happen. It really gets you off the bleachers and into the game. It makes everything else so much easier, guys. And the millionaires in the making, the vibe of being a millionaire, this is all mindset. This is all skill set. The money comes. The money comes when you're ready for it. So with that being said, that kind of wraps up today's session about vision casting. I am going to, give me a second, guys. I'm going to drop the link to the vision casting resource into the chat for all my people on Zoom, for everybody on Instagram. Make sure you guys sign up for the January session. You're not going to want to miss this one. All right? You're not going to want to miss this one at all. We got Game Changer up in here. And we're going to be going through the 6 pillars step by step. And there's some more sauce. I'm not going to give it all away, but I've been working on this and refining it for quite some time, that I know you guys are going to get some value from it. So let me just find the vision casting. And the great thing about this resource, and I will be, just to be transparent, you guys can copy everything that's in this resource if you want, or if you submit it, I will actually create a PDF for you. I will actually go in, and I have my ways. But what you're going to get is essentially a story of your future. And you can update this story whenever you want. So everyone on the Zoom chat, here you go. Here's the link. Everyone on Instagram, make sure you guys sign up so you guys can get these resources for free. Get these things so that you're actually tapped in. If you're not in the live and you're watching on YouTube, you may or may not see a link. I don't know. Maybe I'll surprise you guys, right? But do you also have any questions, comments, concerns about today's sesh? Okay. So I guess with that being said, this is officially the final session for 2024. 2025 is going to be so powerful. And the way that you're going to make 2025 powerful is by starting now. Is by starting to make everything a reality now. Okay? Start casting your vision today, because your dreams are possible when you write them down. I wish that I wrote bigger dreams as 15-year-old Ty, because right now I'm living 15-year-old Ty's dream, his dream life, right? I got out of the hood. I got a beautiful girl that loves me. I have multiple cars. I did all sorts of stuff that really helped me. Well, like literally, if I could look, 15-year-old me is cheering me on right now. And now I'm working to build bigger and bigger visions so that 40-year-old me, 50-year-old me, 102-year-old me, because I'm going to live to like 120, 130, that old man Ty is living his dream, and that he's proud of younger Ty, and that younger Ty is proud of old Ty. So that being said, thank you guys so much for joining. Happy holidays, happy New Year's, and I'll see you later. Peace. You watched all the way to the end, so you must have got a tremendous amount of value from today's session. You can watch another video somewhere on the screen, maybe not. Or you can sign up for January 13th's webinar. The link will be down below, and I look forward to seeing each and every one of you there. Peace. Give them that creme de la creme whenever I spit that hot shit.